Okay, so when you're making some of these reports, the tags are going to show up. So, for example, how did I get this one to only show no sale, but also shows no review? So you can see that these jobs that have a tag no sale do not have any other tags. On two of them, it had no review tags, and so that's why it's showing up together. If you were to, um, right, and so this is filtered down to that one tag. If I were to remove work by Yuta and sold, it would still show up because I have sold by Yuta. And so it's like any job where one is, the other one's going to show up. If the other one's there also, then it's going to show up on this report, if that makes sense to you. So um, hopefully that clarifies that. And so if you want to know, you want to make a report of no sale, then you just filter it by that one tag. And then obviously you're going to get this other one in a lot of situations because we don't want the review request to be sent out. I think that's it. Again, here's the KPIs we need, and also here's who sold the job and who performed the work, right? So let's jump to that for 1 second so you can see that. So right here, I could see who performed the work, and then here I could see who sold the work. Okay, and so now I start seeing of like, okay, this guy Ronnie's performing 36,000, but he's only selling 23,000, right? And so now we have to start working on the sale part of it and see if we can increase that a bit. If you want to change the date range, you can do week to date, and then that was last. There's going to be 0 in there. You can divide it by day. So you see what I'm saying? So like all the information has disappeared all of a sudden because it's week to date. If you want to do last week, you can do that so that you can create these reports for yourself. Once you go in and you make some sort of report of this style, when you save it, just save it to this dashboard. And then the last thing you should know is that you could actually share and schedule it. So I'm gonna let me close these out. So for example, here, right? Let's say I want to know every day or every week call lead source. So I'm going to save your report to enable scheduling. Okay, so if I want, got it. Okay, so I kind of just learned a new thing myself as well. If you want to share reports via email automatically, then you have to select the date range in here before you save it as what you want it to be when you're sharing it. Okay, so if I want like last week, okay, maybe what I would do is do an administrative board where it's basically the same thing. So I would open up every single one of these reports, and then I would come in here and change it to last week so I can get the report, and then save report. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay, now share and schedule. And so you can choose date. So like, for example, here, so if I were to send, I don't know why. Okay. So every Monday, I'm going to get a report for the previous week. Or what I can do is basically set it up for Friday. Okay, so Friday afternoon or Saturday. So this coming week, let's say, for example, I want to receive a report on Saturday. 9 a.m. weekly, and it's going to go to me. I'm going to schedule it, and then I'm going to get this report telling me all this information in an email. And now what I'm going to do is basically do the same thing. So let's say I want to know our sales, our total sales for the week. So I'm going to do by day. Okay, so I can also get that. I'm going to save report. And so I'm actually not creating a new report. So I'm going to schedule this. Same time. We're going to get a bunch of things at the same time. 9 a.m. schedule. Okay, and so now what's going to happen is every Saturday at 9 o'clock in the morning, you're going to get an email with a report. You're going to get multiple emails. Each report's going to come separately. When I go back here and I hit refresh, because I have last week saved like this, it's going to change these numbers over here. So whatever you saved in the background doesn't really matter. Once you hit send, save report, send, share and send, schedule, or whatever, that's set up the way it is. And then what you change here is what you're viewing currently. Okay, so I'm just going to go through every single one of these and schedule it. And this way I can see these reports easily without having to come in here and try to save, share, and schedule. Okay, so I know it's getting a little dragged out, but I think the repetitive part of it, you can learn more clearly exactly what we're doing. So share and schedule, average ticket, job count, edit schedule. Okay, so I have one set for Friday, but I'm going to change that. So 9 a.m., save, done. All right, and so now I'm getting a bunch of reports. I can go down here and do the rest of these as well. In fact, I can send this report maybe to our CSR on a weekly basis, right? So like 3 times a week, maybe they can get this email. We can do month to date, or we can do even better is a custom range. So I'm going to basically just do like full year with no ending date, save it, okay, and hit save. And now share and schedule, and basically daily does not repeat, daily, weekly, monthly. So I could do let's pick Tuesday, 10 a.m. We're going to send it to Carmel. Send it to myself as well. And I'm going to schedule it. And now every week she's going to get this email 10 o'clock or whatever time I chose on Tuesdays. I think that's about it. Feel free to reach out to me. My email address is yuda@calloasis.com. That's CALLOASIS.com. If you have any questions, happy to help and tell you how to set this stuff up and my opinion on different things. But a lot of the coaches in Conquer could not tell me how to do this. It took me a while to come up with it. And honestly, it's not complicated, but it's just like once you have like a basic system set up with like an understanding of it, you're like, oh, okay, that's pretty straightforward. The last thing I want to point out to you is that the reason I'm doing completed and not scheduled is because I don't care what's considered sold. I've sold jobs that have never gotten completed because the customer changed their mind. For example, on Friday they're supposed to change their toilet, and today they said, never mind, we want to just fix the toilet, right? So that's not sold to me, and I don't care for that number. I want to know what work is really sold, and completed and paid, or not paid, but like done basically, and that's final. So that's why I put completed. All right, and then with this job status is completed, that's important as well here in these filters, and in progress because you never know when certain scenarios cause it to disappear. You really don't have to put in progress. I put it just in case. And the last thing to note is that your job count is based on. So oops, we're using appointments here. Okay, so basically, if there's multiple days, we do an appointment. If there's a warranty call, we use a second segment. And this way, we could differentiate between a warranty call and another appointment. If you were to put a tag here that said callback, what's happened? Right? If you were to put a callback warranty call like that, what would happen is when you're running your report over here, um, you're going to think, oh, okay, it's not 29 jobs because it's a callback warranty. So you don't want to put it there. You want to create it as a separate segment so that it shows up separately. Um, Otherwise, also what happens is when you hit finish on that second appointment, even though it's 6 months later, it's going to look like the job just got completed, and the sale dollar amount is going to be applied to this week, the day you hit finish on that appointment, even though it was callback. So you want to leave callbacks as a separate segment so that it doesn't make anything confusing and your numbers are accurate. Super important piece of information as well. All right, guys. Good luck. Have a great day.